We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Wait for somebody to talk to because I hate this part of the vlog, and I'll probably just, whatever. It sounds like you're talking to yourself, but whatever. Okay. So, today's vlog, we're going to be talking about living simply. And this is all about living minimalistically and minimalism. What is minimalism? And the first thing I want to say is there's a lot of perception on what minimalism is. And a lot of people think it's for hipsters who live in a garage and don't take a bath, and they have like one pair of chones and one of everything only, or they're like a granola mom or something like that, where everything is organic and picked fresh from their backyard. But that's not true. So the thought of minimalism is actually freedom. Freedom from things. Freedom from the materialistic world that we live in. So when you live like that, you're a lot less stressed out, and you're a lot richer and a lot wealthier because you spend a lot less money on crap. And so I just want to talk about this and give you guys some tips on living minimalistically. First of all, I'm definitely just becoming a minimalist, and I don't even know. Everybody's term of what their definition of minimalism is different. But for me, I had to start at the very top, or the very beginning, should I say, because I love things. Like, who doesn't love things? Everybody loves things, and I have tons of things. But I've just now started to realize that, and I'm trying to change my lifestyle for that. And I just want to encourage everybody not to find joy in things, but find joy in life itself. And that is the entire point. And we can repeat that, class. Do not find joy in things. Find joy in life itself. And sometimes that's hard, and you can't even find joy because you're too busy with all the clutter and you're too busy with all the stuff around you. So in today's society, the world tells you to buy, buy, buy. We are a consumption society. The whole point of living for some people is just to make money, just to go spend it. And as soon as I make this much money, I'm going to go buy this. And as soon as I make this, I'm going to go buy that. And there is nothing wrong with buying things. They're absolutely on this earth to be consumed. However, there can be a way to change your mind frame in order to scale that urge and that need down. And so if you guys notice, we live in a fast-paced world. We live in the digital age. And it's kind of hypocritical for me because I work in advertising. I work in marketing. So my job is to get the message out for you to buy, buy, buy. So it's just hard for me to find that balance. Now, I have good examples of people who need to really work on this because they find their joy in things, whether they're finding comfort in buying things at the store. And I actually know a few people who do this. They will buy stuff just to buy stuff because they have money in their pocket, and they leave the bag at home and haven't even opened the stuff like weeks later. And it's like, oh, I totally forgot I bought all this stuff, and it's just sitting there useless. But they got their fill by going to the store and making that purchase. So you definitely don't want to be that person. Parents, this is a really big one. So we fall into the trap of, oh, well, when I was growing up, I didn't have anything. So when I have my child, I'm going to give them the world. Well, guess what? You're not only enabling them to be spoiled brats, but you're teaching them that things provide love. And things don't provide love. If you want to be a good parent to your child, spend time on them. And I know this is so elementary, but I do have to say it out loud. Your kids are not going to remember half of the stuff that you bought them. They're going to remember the time you spent with them, the trips, the memories with the family. That's what's important to your kids. So please don't be that parent who is on the news at Walmart or Target, and you were in line and you trampled over the other lady who stole the TV because you wanted the TV for Christmas. Don't be that guy, please. If you are, I'm gonna call you out and be like, hey girl, I saw you on TV. Don't do it. That is not what life is about. It is not about getting in line for the greatest electronics thing to come out, and then you buy it, and guess what? Next year, something else is going to come out. Life is about cherishing what you have now, being grateful for what you have now, and using what you have, and Throw away all the other junk. How many stories have we heard where you buy your kid this super nice toy and you spend all this money and they want to play with the box? That would be Ava too. And yeah, I'm a mom and my daughter's 3 and she's the princess. So it's really hard for us to not buy her all this stuff. Oh man. And it's really hard for me not to buy her clothes. Clothes is like the worst for me because they're just so cute and they make them all nice with sparkly. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. So I have to really be careful with not overspending for her. And the things that drive me nuts when you have a toddler is the little itty bitty things that come home from Chuck E. Cheese or Peter Piper or the whatever prizes from the birthday party. No offense, because I actually do those too. But it's too much. There's so much of it. And it's like, okay, you're not going to remember half of this stuff. We need to give it away. We need to donate it. So living minimalistically, just to wrap it up again, just to go back, is not about just living bare bones. It's about cutting down. All you have to do is cut down. Whatever is in your home should be used. If it's in your home and it's not being used, throw it away. And the reason you should throw it away is because 1, you'll save space. 2, you'll save money. Or 3, you can give it to somebody who also needs that. So if we need... Thank you, Aunt Sylvia. So if you have 20 purses and you have 20 pairs of shoes and you have 20 jackets. Jackets was a big thing for us. This year we realized we had way too many jackets and there was so many people out there in need who could use some of those jackets. So we got rid of them. We gave them away. And I also am a huge fan of OfferUp, the app OfferUp. All I do is take a picture of something, I snap it, and then I post it on, it's like Craigslist, for techies, pretty much. And you just post it, say, hey, here's my price. Somebody answers and says, can I buy it? Yes or no. And you meet them and you sell your stuff. So there's some stuff that I do sell. There's a lot of stuff that we donate. So again, get rid of that clutter. People don't understand how much clutter causes stress. It really, really does. And because a lot of people also fall into the keeping up with the Joneses category. The keeping up with the Joneses category means I have to buy the best of the best. I'm brand name only. I have to drive the best car. I have to have the biggest house. And guess what? You are working just to pay the bills, just because you want so-and-so to see that you aren't poor. That is illogical to me. That makes absolutely no sense. You should not be buying things based on what you think other people will think of you. You should buy things that you need. My mother taught me this lesson a long time ago, and this is useful for lots of people. Never live beyond your means. I know it's, again, super simple stuff I'm talking about here, but it's useful. Never live above your means. If you only make so much a year, you shouldn't even be spending that much. You should be spending less than what you make so that you can have some stuff in the savings. I do the Dave Ramsey program. Everybody knows I'm like the financial, coordinator for that at my church. And the number 1 rule is to save $1,000 in your savings for the emergency fund, $1,000 minimum. So right now in our class, we're learning about what we can sell and get rid of. Yes, Lily, what you can sell and get rid of to meet that $1,000 emergency fund. Because while you have this whole house full of stuff and you've got a nice garage full of, nice cars and you've got the best brands of everything, but you can't turn on that light because the light bill wasn't paid. But you can't pay your phone bill because the phone wasn't paid. Please tell me how that makes any sense. The electricity went out. So your kid is rocking some J's, the best Jordans. Your little girl is rocking a Coach purse. No, that's what I call hashtag no business. No business. You're doing all these things, but you can't even afford to live at home. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. The number 1 thing out of all your bills that should be taken care of, and my mother taught me this too, take care of your home first. The mortgage gets paid first, the electricity and the water. Hey, Yusuf, those things get paid first. Everything else comes last. And of course, your food. If those things aren't covered, you're not getting it. You have to tell your kids, sorry, we're not going to, we can't join basketball, soccer, baseball, and ballet. Pick one and we're good. You will survive life and I'm still a good parent. Calm down. So, like I tell you, we all fall within that trap. Never, never, never go and live above your means. Now, there also, this falls into the whole wealth conversation, and we can get into that along in a while, another video blog. But The Millionaire Next Door is a really cool book that audiobook. Don't say book because I didn't read it. I'm not going to lie. Audiobook that I bought, and it talks about the millionaire next door, and most millionaires build wealth by not buying things. They build wealth by keeping their money and then investing it in smart ways instead of just buying a bunch of stuff. Now, there could be a doctor who makes $200,000 a year, and there could be a banker who makes $100,000 a year. But this person can build way more wealth than this doctor ever could, because you know why? This person over here didn't spend as much money. They saved their money, they invested their money, they saved for their retirement, and they didn't have to have the Mercedes that this guy had to have. This guy had to have the Mercedes. His wife wanted to join the country club. They wanted to go play golf. They wanted to have credit cards to go this, and that, whatever. They wanted to go on these lavish trips. Well, this guy is here. Hey, kids. Hey, family. We're going to go on one trip a year or 2 big trips a year, and that's it because it's all we can afford. And the rest, we'll go to the lake or we'll go, down the river. I don't know. Make the most of what life already has to offer. You don't have to spend that much money in order to be happy. And I want everybody to learn that. I want to be able to help you guys to get this in your head. Money doesn't make you happy. You are the only one who can make you happy. So you've got to let go of that want and that need to have things in order to be fulfilled. Do we want a nice house? Yes, of course I want a nice house. Do I want a decent car? Yes, but are those the number one things in my life right now? No. Number one is providing for my daughter and myself. Actually, number one is keeping myself sane. Think about that. Number one is keeping myself sane. You know why? Because if mama isn't sane, baby isn't taken care of. I don't want my daughter to grow up looking at her mother thinking she's crazy. Well, she might do that anyway. But at least I'll be healthy, okay? Think about it like that. Yes, Blanca, thank you so much for your input. Too many of us trying to keep up with the Joneses. Be yourself. Who cares what everybody else is? I like when people are like, hey, I got this shirt for $1.99. I'm like, that is just smart. That is not classless. That's classy to me because you save money. You're smart. So let me give you guys some other tips on, so go ahead and start purging. Every day, go into your house, walk into your house, and find something that you don't need. I can't find anything right now on my desk. All these papers are here. But just find anything. It could be like an old jar. Okay, these are the things on theminimalist.com. By the way, you need to follow them on theminimalist.com. They make fun of the people who save the Precious Moments dolls or the little angel figurines. How many of you have those in your house? I think I have one, but I put it in storage, I promise. We don't need all that junk around the house. Get rid of it. Purge it, donate it, sell it, do what you got to do. Again, build your savings with that money. A lot of us need to find out why. What is it that we're holding on to when we have a house full of things? Some of us, it goes way deeper than what I can teach you guys today because I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. A lot of us have a lot of our things have a mental hold on us. So you need to be aware of that. Just be aware, recognize it. What is it that is holding you back from getting rid of all the clutter? I know people who also grew up poor, and because they grew up poor, they feel the need to buy brand names only and to hold on to those possessions because they never know. This is old school. My grandma does this. They hold on to all the things because they think one day they're going to be poor. So, for instance, let's just say I, dropped a piece of wood on the floor and I was going to throw it away. My grandma would be like, don't throw away that piece of wood because one day we're going to be homeless and you're going to need to sell that piece of wood. Or one day we're going to need a fire and we could use that piece of wood in it. Not true, lady. That is not true. Don't let your grandmas trick you into that. My mom does that too. My dad does that too. Don't throw that away because we're going to need it. It's not true. Thank you, Charity. Love you, girl. So purge. Donate some stuff. Make some money. Now, here's something else I want you guys to think about. What if you need to purge people? What if you need to get rid of some toxic people in your life? Because minimalism can go all the way around. And we can go deeper on this, I guess, on a different video blog. But some people, in order to be happy and to find peace and joy in their life, need to get rid of some toxic people. Now, this was really hard for me to do because I grew up a nice girl, and I would never speak up for myself, and I would never say what I was really thinking. Not until I got much older and screwed over enough to where I had enough. But a lot of us need to let go of a bad relationship, bad friendship. Some people are in your life for a reason, and some people are in your life for a season. Remember that. And if you need to let it go. You can do that too. Poor Blanca over here have to hear this. What else can I talk about? There's all kinds of things that you can live minimalistically by doing. A lot of us also buy a lot of food, and we buy excess food, and then guess what happens? We end up throwing it away because we didn't use it, and it expired, and the fruit and all the veggies and all the meat just goes out the door. I've talked about this in my financial class before. One of my pet peeves is when we take out the meat on Monday or whatever day for work, like it's, before I go to work, I take out a piece of meat because that's what we're going to cook for dinner. And then I get home and I'm too tired to cook. So what happens? Then I leave the meat in the refrigerator and say, I'm going to cook it tomorrow. Then the next day I'm tired, and the next day, and then we end up going out to eat or buying fast food. And the meat goes in the trash because it smells and it's rotten. Don't live like that. And all this honestly boils down to being organized and living simply. If you don't have all this stuff to think about and all these groceries in the fridge and all this junk everywhere and things to return and stores to go to, don't do it. And then, of course, with the toxic folks around you, woo, that is the recipe for a stressful life. Right, Yusuf? Can I get an amen? Thank you. Yusuf keeps it real simple. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. I'll wrap it up. Never live beyond your means. Get rid of the clutter when you can. It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of everything in your house. I'm just saying, if you got 6 pairs of shoes, use 3. If you got 20 purses, ladies, use 10. Cut down. Find out what ways you can cut down. Like I said, tips for parents, don't buy your kids things just because. Spend time with them. They will remember that you spent time with them rather than buy them things. Let them play with the box because that's what they like. And that's it. Never hold yourself up to society's standards. I will probably talk about this later a little bit more because I'm just practicing this minimalistic way of thinking. I just started, so wish me luck. I want you guys to visit this website when you get a chance and watch the documentary if you haven't seen it on Netflix. It's called theminimalists.com. Theminimalists.com. And I think if you even type in minimalist to Google, boom, it'll pop up and you'll see it. They have podcasts and blogs and articles and really cool stuff on living minimalistically. And also, I would like for you guys to follow me. I don't know, can you see it? Sam Squirrel 85. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Sam Squirrel 85 is my Snapchat. So follow me on Snapchat. Follow me in my adventures with Ava. We do some really cool stuff. So we're crazy. And that's it for today, guys. I hope that you learned a little bit from this. I want you guys to live a stress-free life and find the joy in life itself, not finding joy in things. And if you have any comments, I hope I was able to interact with you. I'm going to get better at this, I promise. Talk to you soon. I'll be in New York City, so I'm out. Oh, thank you for all the birthday wishes. They made me very happy. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. See you later.